Hi everybody. Okay, so let me make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. Fail, fail, fail. Okay. I'm outside again. I know I always apologize for the noise, but I just really love recording outside. I really want to be able to do a lot of these outside before it gets, too cold or just too gross outside. So, please excuse the outside noise. Today I'm doing my September favorites. I was kind of out of commission for a week this month because I got my wisdom teeth out and I'm still kind of recovering from it, but I really wanted to make a video. I have a couple kind of, in queue to go up, but I wanted to do my favorites because I was feeling kind of better today. So I'll start with this back here. Take the stuff out of it. It's a coffee mug. It's a Nightmare Before Christmas coffee mug. It's Sally's face. I just got this from the Disney store. I've had this for a few years and it was kind of like buried in the back of my cabinet. I have Jack's head too, but that's my husband's. It's just the cutest thing. It's actually a really deep cup, but it's so cute. I feel so festive like when I use this. So that's the first thing. Ooh, leaves blowing everywhere. Okay, the second thing I kind of mentioned in a previous video, I think, but this is like my new favorite foundation brush. It's the MAC 128. It's dirty because I used it today, so let me see. It's a duo fiber. It's a lot like the MAC 109, but and that would be an amazing brush, except it sheds. Like everywhere you look up, everyone's gonna say that it sheds like crazy, and it does. But this is kind of like that. It sheds a little bit. I've only been using it for about a month, and it does shed a little bit, but it's nothing like the 109. So it's definitely a lot better in that. But I find that it doesn't soak up a lot of the product. It's really good at patting in my foundation and then blending it out. It doesn't look like it would be that type of brush. But I actually got this at a CCO, a cosmetics company outlet. So I don't think they actually make this. I've never seen this brush at a counter or in a store. It might have been limited edition. It might be discontinued. So I didn't really know if I wanted to mention it, but it's a favorite of mine. And if you can get your hands on it off eBay, kind of be weary on eBay, but you can get some authentic stuff on there. Or check your local CCOs because they always have a lot of MAC brushes, especially ones that you can't find in the store. So I'll throw it back in there. The next thing is the lip liner that I'm wearing today. I've talked about this a lot before already too. It's MAC's lip liner in Nightmoth. It's this dark vampy red. Mine's really dirty because I use it all the time. But it's this dark vampy red. I lined my entire lips and then I filled them in and then I put Lime Crime Red Velvet Velveteen on top. But I love this for the fall because it can dramatically change the color of any red lipstick. If I were to put a different red over top of this, it would be a completely different looking lip. I love it so much. Then also what I'm wearing today, which I didn't really plan, I've been kind of getting into glossy red lips because I'm usually really into matte lips, no matter what the color. But I have a lot of like red lip glosses, and I got this also at a CCO, I think. But I think you can get this still. It's a ProLongwear lip gloss. It's called Driven by Love. It's a red, and it doesn't have sparkle in it or really a shimmer, but it's got like this sheen. It just makes your lips look so like juicy, I guess. I would compare this a lot to the Lime Crime Carousel Gloss in Candy Apple, except Candy Apple is so sparkly and so glittery, but the opacity, is that how you say it? How opaque it is, it's very similar. This is very thick. You can wear it on its own, but I prefer to put it like over a lip, and I just think it looks really pretty. You know I love my red lips. Okay, the next thing, it's not a favorite, what is that? Okay. The next thing is this, Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue, specifically. I have used this in both the Halloween tutorials I've done so far. One of them is up, my mermaid tutorial, and then I have another one waiting to go up, which I might put up today. It's Columbia from Rocky Horror, but I find that for Halloween and for costume makeup, you use a lot of glitter and you use a lot of shadows with fallout, and this stuff is amazing. The first time I used it, I felt like I was smearing Elmer's glue all over my eyelids. But once you kind of get over how gross that feels, it will hold anything. You could take dry glitter on your hands, pat it on your eyeballs, and nothing's gonna fall down. It's incredible. It's definitely a great thing to have. I've never tried the original Shadow Insurance because I'm really happy with my paint pots that I use as a base on my eyelids because they work really well for me. But this is amazing, and it's a really big tube, and I've probably had this over a year because I don't use glitters and things all that often, except for around like the fall and like the holidays and stuff. But this is amazing, and I think it's around $20. I think it's around the same price as the other one, but it's definitely worth it. This is probably like my top favorite of the month. Alright, and the next favorite I have is kind of random. It's a NARS single eyeshadow, and it's in Blondie, but it's not blonde. It's like I guess it's like a taupey light brown, but it has kind of greenish undertones. It's weird. It's what I have in my crease today. I like it for just when I'm doing an eye like this. I think I just swept face powder all over my eye, and then I put a little bit of Blondie in the crease, and then that was it because I knew I was doing like a loud lip. See if I can swatch it. I don't know if you can really be able to see, but it's just nice. It's not frosty, it's not glittery, it's a matte shade, and you actually get a lot of product. I think these are the cutest little like eyeshadow containers ever. Then the next favorite is a blush from MAC, and it's a permanent item in their collection. It's not pro or anything. It's in Desert Rose. It's a matte blush. Matte blushes are my favorite because I feel like I always end up with some type of shimmer on my eyes, or shimmer on my lips, or shimmer on my cheekbone especially. So I like to have a matte cheek. You can kind of see it on my finger, but then I also have it swatched on my hand. It's a really nice natural mauve, but it's not too brown and it's not too pink. But I love this for days where I can't really decide what blush to wear, and I don't really feel like having it look like I have a lot of blush on. And this is what I use. That's what I'm wearing. No, it's not what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing MAC's Legendary today. It's from the Marilyn Monroe collection. It's just a really light, wearable, everyday blush, but this one has been my favorite this month. Of course I'm not wearing it today. Then, my last favorite is an oldie but a goodie. It's the MAC. It's not MAC, I'm an idiot. It's the Urban Decay Naked palette. It's the original. Came with a brush. I barely ever use that brush unless it's to put something under my brow bone, because it's not a very good brush for anything else. I tried to pack color on with it, and it's just, I really don't like it. But you've seen it a million times. But I absolutely love this palette. Whenever I go out of town, or to visit my family and things like that, like, I will only take this because you've got, your neutral shades. Then I can do a dark, like smoky nighttime eye. There's shimmers, there's mattes. There's actually only 2 mattes. I would say my favorite colors this month at least have been Sidecar, which is this champagne color, and then Hustle, which is this kind of purpley eggplant color, and probably Toasted. I use these 2 together a lot, and it creates a really, really nice eye. Yeah, you've heard about it a million times. The colors are super pigmented, they're super blendable, there's not a lot of fallout. Virgin is a really amazing highlight color because it has like a sheen to it, but it's not shimmery. Okay, and then I have one thing that I guess is like a not so favorite. It's awful. I stop by like my CCO a lot because there's one like really close to my house, and I always pop in to see like what they have. And if you've never been to a CCO, you need to go, because especially they have MAC, they have Bobbi Brown, they have Estee Lauder, Smashbox. They have a lot of different makeup counters within the store, and it's all discounted. A lot of the times MAC has a lot of permanent items. They've just been overstocked from department stores or things like that, so they get sent to the CCO for a discount. Like, I go in there all the time, and there's ProLongwear foundations and there's Studio Tech foundations, which are my two favorites. They just never have my color. That's the thing with the foundations at the CCO. They'll only have 1 or 2 shades. You'll just have to, you know, sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. But anyway, I got this from the CCO. I have no idea what collection it's from. I'm going to Google it, and I'm going to try to put that in the down bar because I'm really curious. I think I've looked it up before, but I don't remember. I should tell you what it is. It's a eyeshadow palette, I guess. It's called Street Art Shadow. I bought it because it just looks stupidly amazing. So, this is what it looks like in the package. You open it, and it's all these colors. It looks really awesome, right? It's like graffiti and like awesomeness. But as you can see just by like the corners that there's a silver in here. It's like a silver foil, and it's like nothing but fallout. And then the other colors are just, they're not pigmented. Like, and they're really chalky. Like, that's the pink. And then this is the teal. You don't get barely like any payoff. And I don't know, like, what kind of brush are you gonna get in there? Like, I don't know. And if you swirl it all together, I don't see how that's attractive at all. And it like ruins the graffiti. If you swirl it all together, you get like a foiled silver, which I guess like is wearable, and I might give it a shot. But like, look how messy the palette is now. It doesn't even look awesome. I don't really understand the idea behind this. It just kind of looks cool, like sitting in my makeup case. It doesn't necessarily look cool like on your face. I don't know. If anybody has this and has used it successfully or has tips to use it, I mean, I'm sure if I wanted to just swirl it and get that silver color, I could pop it over the glitter glue and there wouldn't be fallout. But I feel like for all that work, I have plenty of like silvery eyeshadows that I wouldn't have to worry about that with. So this is a not so favorite, like the opposite of favorite. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. That's one of the first times I've ever seen MAC come out with something like that for an eyeshadow that wasn't like a quad with separate shadows. You see a lot of the times with the mineralized, the blushes, and the skin finish, they have a lot of colors swirled together, but they're meant to be swirled to get a specific color. This one, I just don't understand that one. I think that is all my favorites. I hope this video is not too long. I didn't have too many this month because I went like a whole week without basically moving from the couch. But stay tuned for the rest of my Halloween tutorials. I do the best I can with like the lighting and like the camera that I have and the time that I have to film these videos, because I usually have to have my husband or my cousin keep an eye on my daughter so she's not in the camera. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been getting like steadily like a few new subscribers, and every time I see one of those emails pops up, it just makes me really happy, and I'm excited that, you know, people are enjoying what I'm putting out, and I hope I'm inspiring people. So stay tuned for the rest of my videos, and thank you so much for watching.